Welcome everyone. We are live. It is I, Mike V. Welcome to episode number 33 of the Monday Mic Drop. It is April 7th, 2025. Yep, Matt got the notification. Welcome. Okay, so let's just wait a couple of minutes before we get started here. And I guess, Matt, since you're already watching, something funny I just noticed. So just before going live, I was registering for today's tournament after the stream, and I decided to browse through the tournament lobby, and I noticed, the Sunday Million anniversary is going on right now. So I went ahead and looked at the chip counts just to see what's going on, and I noticed there's a player registered to Costa Rica that's currently the chip leader at the moment with like 7 million in chips. And I thought, okay, is this an actual local or somebody who moved there? Because that's usually the case with many players from Costa Rica. So I actually went ahead and looked it up, see if the name appears on other articles. And what I found was that this player actually used to be registered to Argentina. So I guess this player in particular moved from Argentina to Costa Rica. I don't know why, but okay. Then there was no information of like a real name attached to it, but it looked like he was active in the tournament scene. Could have been me. Oh boy, I wish. 28,000 total entries, I believe. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I was browsing through it when I just before going live. Okay, so as I mentioned last week, for those of you who watched on Thursday, I was in the middle of, what were we? We were on the road back, which is why we didn't have a stream on Monday. We were on the road back from our little mini vacation, which included a couple of casino stops. I'll go ahead and recap what happened there shortly. Right. So you were watching that, all right? Yeah, lots of crushers left in it. Yep. So including some people from who moved around apparently. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the showing the big wins of other viewers and subscribers of our channel. So if you're a member of this Discord server, you can go ahead and share your big wins on Video Poker or elsewhere, and I'll feature it during the stream. So once again, seems to be that Buffalo 22 is the only one so far who is sharing with us. So let me go ahead and pull those up right now. Where is here we go, Monday Mic Drop. And yep, so the first one here is 4 aces on Ultimate X Poker bonus streak with an 8 times multiplier, 6,400 plus 60 more credits for jacks or better, and I think some more for the second hand as well. But we have a total of 6,500 in a hand, and those are quarters, so a hand pay of 1,625. Congratulations! And then more recently, we've got a royal flush hit at quarters with a 4 times multiplier. 16,000 quarters, $4,000. Buffalo 22, congratulations once again on that. Those are some big wins. All right, go back to webcam. Okay. All right, so let's give a little bit of a recap of end of March trip. So basically the best way to sum it up would be I did well on Saturday, and I didn't do so well on Sunday. So a win on Saturday, a loss on Sunday, pretty much a wash there, maybe a slight loss. And video poker was the primary game on Saturday, where I also had the free play. And then Sunday, I played a mix of video poker, double top dollar, and then one last minute quick try on Dragon Link, and then that was it. And so let's start off with Saturday. Saturday was the only time I hit a four of a kind at all. This was at quarters at my usual bonus poker. Go ahead and pull it up right here. This is what it looks like. So yeah, it was nice. And with the free play as well, it did build up something to be used later. And I ended up cashing out 50, even though it shows here $46 at the time of the four of a kind. What happened was I was going to stop at 40, and it was taking forever going back and forth. And I decided, you know what? For two hands, I had $45 remaining in the machine. For two hands, I switched the denomination to 50 cents. And then the goal was to, if I lost two hands there, that would be put me down to exactly 40, and I would cash out. No, what happened instead is I continued to play, and I kept going up and down between 50 and 60 at 50-cent denomination. I think he reaching almost close to 70 at one point, but I didn't pass it. And I ended up setting a stop loss of $50, which it took a while, but it finally ended up hitting, and I ended up cashing out at $50. So yeah, so Saturday was a good day. Sunday obviously wasn't a good day, but wasn't without trying though. And I'll go ahead and move back from here. And for those of you asking, Matt especially, like, why don't you play double double bonus? Well, I ended up doing that on Sunday. I ended up deciding to try double double bonus that time. See if I can get a quick four of a kind right off the bat and have an even better session. The bad news is no four of a kind. The good news, I guess if you could call it good news, was I ended up having a long session, even though it was double double bonus. I ended up getting a couple full houses and some flushes to be able to keep me alive, and plenty of about three of a kind opportunities to try to get four of a kind, but I couldn't get it. So I ended up losing on that ultimately, though I did have a long session. And then, as mentioned earlier, I tried double top dollar and then one last chance miracle on Dragon Link. And then that was it. Didn't want to spend too much. And not much luck on Sunday for the rest of the family, I believe. I believe there was a little bit of good fortune earlier, though, or on Saturday. For those of you on the Gamble Smart Discord, I think I did post a picture there of a slot win. All right. So in other news, there hasn't been much other news that I can think of on the top of my head. It's just been a busy weekend for me with everybody in the family needing my attention. So if I feel a bit discombobulated, that's the reason why. And not to mention, it has put a little bit of a hamper on my schedule, but hopefully that'll change as the week goes on this coming week. With my mom heading back to work tomorrow, spring break's finally over. Though apparently one of the local schools where I typically take my morning walk, looks like they're having their spring break now. Because I did not see any kids, and I did not see the crossing guards doing their work. So they must have the week off this week. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the Video Poker Group Challenge from 2 weeks ago. Let me go ahead and move this here so you guys can see better. So we had capped at 50 opponents. It was 50 play with quick quads. And as you guys recall from my recording of my playthrough, it was minus 2,765 was my score. And the winner, who was first at the time of the recording and still maintained their first place, was Mikey656565 with a score of 10,850. So congratulations. And then I guess we'll go ahead and we'll choose our next group challenge. And Tracy, if you're watching right now or watching the recording later, you asked on Thursday if Wheel of Fortune poker can be added to the group challenge, or to be added as a potential group challenge for a future week. And I checked before going live, and yes, Wheel of Fortune poker is an option to be set as a group challenge. So I went ahead and added it to the wheel here. We might get it this week. We'll see. So I went ahead and added that. Let's go ahead and spin. Let's see what we're going to be playing this week. It's going to be Super Draw 6 card poker. Go ahead and set it up. All right, group challenge. Super Draw 6 card poker. 100 deals, that's fine. Create. 555973. That is the challenge ID. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys here. 555973 ends on April 13th. Okay, counting down the weeks, we've got just a little over 2 weeks before I depart for Costa Rica. So far, everything is going out smoothly in terms of preparations, everything like that. No surprises at the moment. Hopefully things go out as you would expect. Everything on the checklist that I need to do is pretty much good. I think this weekend I'm going to be doing some shopping and some trying on clothes, I believe, to make sure I have what I absolutely need for the luggage. So we got that going on. But what else new to say? Everything in terms of that. In terms of the channel, though, I do want to mention, I think I will be making some adjustments to our weekly schedule, especially for the Monday mic drop once I arrive in Costa Rica. One of the things that I plan on doing is I will not be doing a video recording of the video poker group challenge when I'm there, because I want to be focusing on other types of content. But if you guys still want a group challenge, I could still set it up during our Monday streams, and maybe I'll play it during the stream instead of creating a separate video for it on Monday. So I'm just going to need your guys' feedback on that. But yeah, okay. Got another bottle of water here. I am going to assume that probably by next week or 2 weeks from now, we'll probably get the full Spring Championship of Online Poker schedule. Right now, you can't even. There's nothing listed right now in the tournament lobby on PokerStars. I'm also going to have to look at which daily type of tournaments I'm going to be interested in as well. Matt, that is what I'm figuring out right now for myself. I got to look at the schedule, see if there's any, because I would definitely assume things have changed since I last played on there. Certainly the guarantees. I mean, the number of players has been that are even on this side has been falling quite a bit. and that I think is mostly having to do with the fact that PokerStars has had to either, for whatever reasons it is, it depends on the country in question, but PokerStars has had to withdraw their services from a number of countries over the last few years. Obviously, the big one being Russia due to the ongoing conflict. Uh, so we have no clue if PokerStars will ever bring back their services there because that's a huge population. And then since then, we've had what? Peru, Norway, Czech Republic, of course, the Netherlands back in 2021, Croatia, and most recently Poland. Those residents of those countries can no longer play on PokerStars. Yeah, obviously, many of the countries that I listed, I'm pretty sure you could still play on GG or a skin on the GG network from those places. Pretty sure. I mean, I could like pull it up, you know. Let's see. Anyone have any requests for a video poker game that you guys want to see? Of course, if you got any more questions. Actually, while I'm at it, let me go ahead and pull up PokerStars. Go ahead and take a look at the lobby. Just out of curiosity, I guess, while we're here. I wonder what the current guarantee is for the daily for the big 750. Normally, that is the one in the morning. Let me see if I can find it here. 3K guaranteed. Looks like it's 3K guaranteed. That's what it looks like. Yeah, $3,000 guaranteed. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. Really 9 a.m. local time. That is certainly earlier than I recall. And I have the old screenshot from when I final tabled that tournament. Let me go ahead and compare that. I believe it was here. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the one I remember 8K guaranteed. Wow, yeah. I think it was 8K on Thursdays, and it was I think it was like $6,000 on some other days, like the guarantee. And right now it's $3,000. So the guaranteed for the big 750 has dropped considerably since 2021. Yeah. Wow. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be live streaming, Matt. Of course, I just need to decide. Obviously, once I figure out, the schedule and when I want to do the streams, of course. Uh, yeah. Obviously, if you're going to be there, especially if it's just temporarily, it's like you're there for just a few months, and then you might as well get as much done as you can. Though you got to make sure when you do play a lot, especially that many tournaments, you're going to need to don't get burnt out. Because I did that in the beginning and I got burnt out, and it affected my ability to play properly. And then so that's why during the third time I made the visit, it's like, okay, I'm going to be playing at my own pace. I'm not going to do anything stupid. And if I feel like I'm burnt out and I don't want to play, I don't play. And it worked out, and I ended up actually having a really good in the money rate and deep in the money most of the time I play. It wasn't a min cash in most of my games. And then I ended up ahead during the 3 months of my last trip. Man, I still have these. I got the bigger 750. I've got the oh yeah. I wonder if there's going to be any password like social media satellites to some events because yeah, you got the Sunday Storm free roll, uh, Sunday Storm 10th anniversary free roll, and back in July 17th of 2021. That was during the Micro Millions. I won that one. I got an entry into that one, and then I got then I won the satellite to the main event as well in a free roll. It was good value too. 2,273 people got an entry out of 17,000 entries. Yeah. Yeah, that's some dedication. And as for the multi-tabling, I know Cash Games PokerStars has restricted regular cash tables to I think 4 tables, and that's been the policy for a few years now, quite a number of years if I recall. Tournaments, I think they're still uncapped, and I'm trying to. What's the maximum number of spin and goes? I know it's higher than that, and Zoom I think is also a little bit higher, but I know regular cash games is max at 4. Yeah, obviously you knew that. Now, one thing for sure that has changed as well is the traditional sit and go offerings. If I go there right now, yeah, all of the multi-table sit and goes have been replaced with on-demand sit and goes, where it starts when there's 18 players, and then you get late registration until either 45 join, or after a certain amount of time period, if 45 don't make it within a specific amount of time, which is unfortunate because I really enjoy the fixed 45 player sit and go tournaments, and even with play money, I enjoy those because I would usually have one or both of my family members join in, and we play the 45 player sit and go to see who will outlast the other. A little bit of family competition, and and of course in the real money ones, I did well on it as well. They still got the regular single table sit and goes though, which are nice, and that would be good for like a very short game. If you want to play for an hour, and that would be something that would be easy to stream as well. Hey, bowling dude, welcome. That game last week was wild. Yeah, we're gonna need to point out, which segments of that stream should I use for highlights, because there was probably a lot out there. Obviously, the one where I was knocked out, I think, was probably the best. If you guys can tell me otherwise or clarify for me on that. And I noticed, I think last week you guys brought it up on the Discord server. I'll go ahead and mention it here as well for everyone else. But everyone now has access to, I bring up the PokerStars lobby, All In Poker. So now you guys have that option to play. And here are the real money options, by the way, for curiosity. Discord, why are you... there we go. I'm showing that. Okay. So these are the options for real money. If I switch over to play money, these are the options there. So what's different? What's different for this game? If I from what I understand, the cap is 5 buy-ins. So you come in. So let's say you join in for 1,000 chips, and it's all in or fold. Obviously, the blinds are 100, 200. If you're able to build your stack to 5 times that amount, or 5,000, then that is the maximum for every all in. So you won't lose more than that once. So you have to build it up first. And I think I did take a screenshot last Thursday before we went live for our poker tournament. Let me go ahead and see if I can find it. I didn't share it at all. It should be under here. There we go. Yes, I took a screenshot of this hand where I've won with King Queen. Don't think I'll play it for real money though when I'm there. Okay. So, all right, we're at the bottom of the hour. Not much going on to discuss. Apologies, everybody, that I don't have anything else interesting. It's just been a busy weekend, you know, with and busy day to day, even with my mom having issues with certain software at work, and you know, because she's doing work at home, and then another family member having pained her over the weekend, but it looks like she's fine now. Like, it's been nuts. So if I feel like I'm out of breath, you know. So Bowling Dude, I guess, tried it out here with All In Poker, up 20 bit. 20, I'm guessing big blinds or buy-ins during my little messing around with it. Yeah. It's just baccarat with extra steps. I believe, Matt, you posted a link to on Discord to the to the shove and fold ranges. I'm gonna have to make sure I check that, because obviously that's going to be useful in certain settings during a tournament, especially short stacked. Man, I've been thirsty. Yep, indeed. Okay. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. When I'm there, I'm gonna be probably trying out as well. This is something that was introduced about a year ago. I would say late 2023, I think. It's been around for quite a bit now, but this will be the first time since it'll be the first time going to Costa Rica when this promotion is there, and that is the Power Path. Let me go ahead and show it here for you guys. Too bad I can't shrink this lobby so you guys can see everything. But yeah, this is the Power Path tab over on the PokerStars lobby. And it seems to be once you play one raked game per day, if you're on the blue chest or the bronze chest for your PokerStars rewards, when you play a single raked game per day, you get a free 50-cent Power Path Step 1 ticket. So that is a spin and go, and then if you win, and then you can win any of the additional steps. Okay, yes, you can scroll down. So yeah, step 2 is usually either $1 or $1.50. It could either be a multi-table tournament or a sit and go. Step 3 is worth $11 or an $11 ticket. It looks like there's one in early registration right now. It's a regular tournament. And then finally a step 4, which is a ticket-only event, where you can win bronze passes, silver passes, and gold passes, which can contain various prizes that you can claim. If you go to the redeem section, it looks like you can use your bronze pass for any $109 event. So you've got the Sunday Million, phases. You've got the silver passes, which you can buy into various smaller scale PokerStars live events. We got the PokerStars Open Monte Carlo. You've got the BSOP event, the Asia Pacific Poker Tour Cambodia. And then you've got various gold passes, or you could just get an online ticket bundle. If you don't want to go into a live tour for some reason, you can just purchase a ticket bundle, which I think let's see, if I click this, for example, it says here a bundle of tournament tickets total $2,500, consisting of 4 $215 tournament tickets, 6 $109 tournament tickets, 8 $55 tournament tickets, 15 $22 tournament tickets, and 18 $11 tournament tickets, and then finally 18 tournament dollars. That's a lot to go through. Man, the Gold Pass even has a ticket bundle. And then the Gold Pass goes to like the big events, like the EPT main event in Monaco. So if you want a Gold Pass, it's worth $10,300. So yeah, seems to be quite popular. It's been going on for a little over a year and a half now, I think. So that is something that I'm going to be testing out when I'm there. Okay, let me minimize that. Let me figure out any other major news items. Don't think so. Obviously, as we get closer to April 22nd, we'll probably do some more stuff that I will announce, especially for the channel. But my current schedule is still in play. That for those of you who watched on Thursday, I did mention I had 3 different videos that I want to conduct before I leave, of course. And those are still in play. They're just pushed back because of how busy I was over the weekend. family-related matters, all that stuff. All right, so yeah, so we got those videos. Continue with any questions or comments you want me to read here in the chat. Hey, Robin. Yeah, so Robin, I was just browsing through and showcasing the PokerStars lobby, looking out various various things that have changed since I was last in Costa Rica back in 2021 when I was playing real money there. So I'm just looking at things to look forward to once I arrive. And I was just showcasing the Power Path. Obviously, All In Poker was just released to you guys last week. And I was looking at the tournament lobby, just comparing the changes to like the guaranteed prize pools, how they've gone down in the last 3.5 years because of the fewer number of players that are even allowed to play nowadays, given that now there's Poland, Czech Republic, Croatia, the Netherlands, Norway, and Russia especially, and then Peru. These were all countries that 3.5 years ago used to be on PokerStars, and now those residents can't play anymore. So that has reduced the number of players quite a bit. We're just looking forward to the Spring Championship of Online Poker schedule. Hopefully that comes shortly. So, all right, so that's basically a summary of what I discussed. Yep. Definitely remember that, especially even though it's been a while, was when I last streamed uh, content on ACR when I streamed playing there last. Definitely, there were lots of Russians there. I mean, they all have to congregate somewhere. They're still poker players. Yeah. All right. One moment, guys. I'm gonna take this off. It is a little bit warm now. Sun is shining through the windows. Go ahead and put that there for the moment. It is becoming like spring over here. Guess while we're waiting for more questions or comments, let me go ahead and just take a look at the weather here. So 64 degrees with overcast skies, though. It looks like the sun's shining through. Yeah, it looks like it's a light overcast, a thin layer of clouds. The sun's able to get through it, at least at the moment. 64 with temperatures staying in the mid 60s for most of the week, hitting 71 on Wednesday. And it looks like next week it's going to get cool again. So it's not hitting spring just yet, it seems. It's trying. And then what do I got to look forward to in Costa Rica? At the beach town I typically stay at, it's currently 83 with partly cloudy skies. And temperatures in the mid to upper 80s in the next 10 days. And temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s in the evening. So it is hot and humid with 78% humidity currently over there right now. So that's something I get to look forward to. Yeah, I've heard that there was quite a bit of weather, extreme weather in your area. Ohio and Kentucky. I believe Proud Monkey is in the Kentucky area, and I think yeah, I definitely remember him saying it was quite crazy. Yeah, so weather in Costa Rica is going to be quite predictable if you've ever been to the tropics before. So we are approaching the end of the so-called tourist season that typically ends right on Easter, and then for some reason that's when prices of of accommodations tend to go down. Is usually right after Easter, sometime in April, and uh, and then the rainy season typically starts at that point, where you have pretty much have rain almost every day. The month of May is a nice sweet spot because you usually will still find plenty of sunny days, and typically the most rain is going to be in September and October, with spurts of rain on in July and August. And it's so predictable that you usually, if you want to do anything outdoors, you should do it in the morning, because the morning is almost always going to be dry, and the rains typically come in the mid to late afternoon and into the early evening, and then it usually dies down by the time you go to bed. Though occasionally you might have a rare rainstorm while you're asleep. I think only once I recall actually being woken up by lightning, by thunder. But usually any thunderstorm that comes along is usually temporary, and it's usually during when usually when you're still awake, like during the early evening. So now I gotta get accustomed to that once again. And I'm gonna try also to get some pictures and videos of my flight when I'm there. Maybe create a special video on that, because I am interested in looking at the airport expansion over in Panama City, because that's where I'm gonna be having my layover on the way to Costa Rica. I'll be flying direct from San Francisco to Panama City, and then going backward to get to Costa Rica. I know, but then Panama City to San Jose, Costa Rica, and that'll be through Copa Airlines. I did pay a little bit extra for economy extra, I believe it's called, for the extra leg room. Because to be honest, I want to have extra leg room for long flights like that. And what was I going with this? Oh yeah, um, the airport in Panama City has had an expansion since I last visited it. I did travel on that airline and transited through Panama City once before, so this is my second time with Copa Airlines. But since then, they have added a second terminal, Terminal Two, which is, from videos and photos that I was able to find online, was much better looking than the office room looking Terminal One, which looked old fashioned, like you're in an office building. The Terminal Two has much more natural light, as with most newer airports these days. They want to make them look a little prettier, So that'll be something interesting to check out. Treat yourself, yeah, exactly. Now on my flight back, so when I go back from Costa Rica, I'm going to be going the same way. I'm going to have a pretty long layover in Panama in July when I fly back. And unfortunately, I don't have business class, because if I did, I would be able to go to the Copa Lounge over in Panama City Airport for free. So I have to decide if I want to actually pay for the lounge access. I don't know if it'll be worth it. I think I read online it's $54. But that would be something that I could use for such a long layover. Obviously, when I go on the flight to Costa Rica in a couple weeks' time, my layover is only going to be a little over a couple hours. And it is expected to. So I expect to be in Panama City Airport when the sun rises, because my flight there is an overnight flight, and then flight to Costa Rica will arrive there at past 8 in the morning local time, and then things should be smooth sailing. I know the process of I know the layout of immigration, the duty free shop, and the baggage claim, customs, and then walk outside. Enough. I know the process. I've been through it before. And I do. Funny story. My driver told me the last time I went, because and he'll be picking me up again this time around, that unlike other people who hire him at the air, for airport pickup, I seem to be one of the quickest to come out. Though last time it was quite funny because the circumstances just happened to work perfectly. I was my last visit, I took Delta from Los Angeles, and I was in Delta Comfort Plus, so I was up near the front of the plane, and so I obviously went through immigration quite fast as well. There was almost no line. It was early in the morning, and then just so happens my bag was like one of the first ones to come out of the conveyor belt in baggage claim. So it just happened to be things just happened to line up perfectly. Convenient ATM machine right there if I want to get local currency directly through my U.S. bank account with my debit card, which I will definitely be doing there as well. Get drunk before the flight and take a nice nap. Yeah, yeah, that might that's if I could see because of the loudness of the plane engines. But this is going to be my first time. I don't know. I know in the newer planes, I've heard the engines are not as loud. I don't know about this one in particular. I'm going to be on a 737 MAX 9. If someone who has flown on that plane, can you let me know if the engines are loud or not as loud as, say, the older 737s or the 757, which I flew with Delta? That one's loud for sure. And I had difficulty sleeping there, especially. Sounds like we messaged back between 2 to 4 p.m. We'll have to wait to do his afternoon siesta. Well, for sure on Wednesday, April 23rd, I might be exhausted from the plane ride, and I might be taking a nap that day. We'll see. Who knows? Unless I somehow was able to get a good night's sleep on the plane. I'd be surprised, though. So I'd be sure to post updates on Discord, so if you guys want to follow along. Actually, on the day that I leave, I will mention. The night that I leave, I will post on. Yeah, I'll post it on Discord. I'm definitely going to post it on the Gamble Smart Discord for those of you on that one, and I'll probably post it on my Discord as well. Once I'm actually at the airport proper, I will post my itinerary in case you want to follow along. You've got various you've got various what you might call it websites where you could track and applications where you could track flights. Flight Radar 24, obviously the big one. So I'll be sure to post that as well. And then, probably a good idea in case something bad were to happen, but don't think that, of course. But it's always a good idea to give you guys an update on that. Yeah, that would do it. Only time I was able to fall asleep on a plane was after a 40-hour poker session in Vegas, straight to the airport. Yeah, that would definitely tire you out. Plane ain't gonna do anything to you there. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying this reminiscing of Costa Rica and looking forward to my fourth visit. It would be interesting to see if anything's different from my last visit. So obviously, I'm going to be in a different area of the town this time around. It seems like every time I always stay at the same place, same city, same town, same beach town. But so far, it's been in different areas of the town. So previously, I've been in an Airbnb in the center of town. I've been in a condo in the very south of town, and then one in the very north of town, and now this one's going to be a little bit to the southeast-ish this time around. It's a little bit closer to the hills. And apparently, this one was is going to have the fastest internet that I've gotten in any place in Costa Rica. I was told it was 500 megabits per second, I believe, or half a gig, which I think the highest I've ever gotten was probably closer to 60, 80, or 100, I think was the highest I've ever gotten anywhere in Costa Rica. Oh yeah, Robin, absolutely. We'll definitely be posting that. All right, we got 7 more minutes. I guess while we're in this topic, I do still have some footage from previously. I go ahead and pull it up. Where is? Should be under my personal folder here. Let me pull it up. Costa Rica. Let's see here. I don't remember if I don't think I've showcased any of these with you guys. All right, let me see if I can show this off. All right, one moment. Let's see, you might hear some sound here. Nope, I guess not. All right, let me minimize this. If you ever wanted to know what it's like landing in Costa Rica, I took a video of the landing from my last visit. Let me bring it up here. So this was a Delta flight from Los Angeles to Costa Rica. This is what it looked like from the window seat. Yeah, you can hear the plane engine. And touchdown. Yep, the Costa Rican Central Valley area has a lot of mountains surrounding the edges. So yeah, I believe I still have that video. Yes, and of course all the creatures, all the different creatures that you're going to be probably sharing your place with. Give you an example right here. Yeah, it is definitely cool, Robin. I was taking a walk around the neighborhood of the previous place I stayed, and I spotted three of these bad boys or bad girls. I don't know. Let me go ahead and show them to you guys. Iguanas. There's one. There's two. And there's a third one. This is all in the same walk. So there's the second one again. And there's the first one again. So you're going to see those. And at night, you will see, if I pull this up, this was a video. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. And bring this up. Here's a friend that will come and say hi. Maybe offer you a 15% or more off your car insurance. And yep, that is a gecko. You will see. You will hear them quite a bit in Costa Rica. If you ever hear a chirping sound, yep, that's the sound of a gecko. All right, and the next one. Let me see. Any other photos in my gallery here? Up here was one of the last photos I've taken. This was on a beautiful day. This was coming back from the pool, going up the stairs on the very last day. I'll go ahead and show it to you. So this was at the condo I previously stayed at. I'm not going to be staying here this time, in case you're curious, though. This is Costa Linda Condominiums on the north end of Playa Jaco in Costa Rica. This photo was taken in October. Normally, October is one of the rainiest months in the country, but we had the very last weekend I was there before my flight back. We had 2 days of gorgeous sun. This was, I think, a Friday, October 1st, I believe, and then Saturday, October 2nd, I had an appointment with the local clinic because this was a time when you still needed a negative COVID test to fly back to the US. So I needed to get that. So the following day after this photo was taken, which was also a gorgeous sunny day, that was when I got got that required COVID test that I needed to have with me to fly back to the US. This was 2021. But I don't think you guys could see that. There we go. And that was, keep in mind the pool is actually shaped as a letter L. There's actually more pool to the left here behind that tree. So yeah. Yeah, definitely a beautiful view. Oh, and here's something funny. We're at the top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and end it off here, but I'm going to go ahead and show this one. Last bit of nostalgia. So as you're on the sidewalk, you might notice this here. You might see ants carrying a bunch of leaves and twigs. This was a common occurrence every single day. So yeah, those are ants carrying pieces of flower petals. I'm just rewinding here. Flower petals, pieces of grass, or pieces of leaves, you know. Okay, we're at the top of the hour, so thank you guys for sticking around for the hour here for the Monday mic drop. There's a little bit of an impromptu type of, I don't know what I'm going to discuss today, but I'm going to go ahead and figure it out. It's just so I get you guys something to enjoy. But yeah, just a reminder for you guys who missed the beginning part of the stream. I did spin the wheel for our video poker group challenge, and we are playing. Which is it? It's Super Draw 6-card poker. So that will be the video poker game for this week's challenge. I'll be sure to record that and post it this week. And Robin says, need 3 more players for the tournament. Let me actually go ahead and bring it up here. I do have PokerStars loaded up, so I can immediately view it right now. And we have, need more than 3 players. Okay, yeah, I misread it. Yeah, so we have 3 players right now. Be sure to register. We've got 12 minutes until the tournament starts. But yeah, for everybody else, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream and you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, share the stream with others, hit the bell icon to be notified once I go live next or once I release a brand new video. I'm going to be sure to get these final few videos released before Costa Rica, but definitely by this week, because I need to start working on some few things that I wanted to work on for a long time. And also I need to do some warm up, some practice. So I'm going to have to play some poker elsewhere before I arrive. So I have my pot odds video that I want to do, possibly an episode of Casino Gambling Explained. Then I got a little special video as well. So those 3 main videos. And then I want to dedicate a week to doing working on the various shorts, especially when it comes to promoting the club, the online poker club. And then it's Costa Rica, just over 12 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, not 12, man. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead. For those of you in the poker tournament, I will play with you guys shortly. For everyone else, take care and go make it happen.